Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So recently, Rockstar blew everyone's mind with the website animation for GTA 6. And honestly, it looks incredible. I was so inspired, I decided to recreate that animation in Figma. And in this tutorial, I'll walk you through exactly how to do it, step by step. I create tutorials on web UI design and UI animations. So if you find these videos helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if this video reaches 6,000 views within a week, I'll be sharing the Figma source file with you. So without wasting any time, let's jump right in. Here's the background image I'm using. You can grab a similar one online. We also need a version without the background. So first, just duplicate the image. Then we'll use Figma AI to remove the background from it. Great. Now align them nicely. Now, create a new frame and add both images into it. Next, let's add some text. Make sure the foreground image stays in front of the text. We want that layered look. Adjust the text positioning to get it just right. Let's add a glow effect to make it pop. Now, draw a rectangle that covers the entire frame. Set its fill color to white. Group everything together, the images, text, and the rectangle. Set the rectangle's opacity to 0% so it becomes invisible. Then, change the frame's background color to black. We're going to add the same text again. But this time, place it behind the group we just created. Now select both the group and the text and mask the group with the text. Now select the Scale tool, hold the Alt key, and drag outward from the lower part of the text to scale it up until the full image is revealed in the frame. Just like this. Now select both elements and group them again. Give the new group a clear name so things stay organized. Next, we're going to add another piece of text behind the image. Let's add a rectangle here, but make sure the rectangle is behind the text. Select both and mask the text with the rectangle. Now, apply a vertical gradient to the rectangle. Set the top color's opacity to 0%, then drag that top color downward. This will slowly hide the text beneath it. Move the entire masked group down a bit. Make sure it sits behind the image mask group. Our first frame is done. Now, create a duplicate of this frame. In this frame, reduce the opacity of all visible text layers to 0%. Then, select the masked text. Grab the Scale tool again, hold Alt, and scale it down a bit. Also, slightly scale down both the background and foreground images. Duplicate frame 2 to create frame 3. Once again, scale the masked text down a little more. Also, scale down the images just a touch. Now, find the rectangle inside the image mask group and increase its opacity from 0% to 30%. Lift the text mask group upward slightly. Now, duplicate frame 3 to create frame 4. Scale down the mask text a bit more. Set the rectangle's opacity to 70%. Move the text mask group up again. Now select the gradient inside the rectangle and drag the top color upward. This starts to reveal the hidden text. Duplicate frame 4 to create frame 5. Scale the mask text back to its original size. Set the rectangle's opacity to 100%. Now select the rectangle of the text mask group. Then, select the top gradient color and also set its opacity to 100%. Lift the text mask group just a bit more. Next, duplicate frame 5 to create frame 6. In this one, move all visible text layers upward to hide them from view. Now, add a new piece of text in this frame. Copy that text, then go back one frame and paste it in. Drag the pasted text down so it's hidden. Now all the frames are ready. Let's set up the prototype. Since Figma doesn't support native scroll animations, we'll use drag interactions, just like how scrolling works on mobile or tablet devices. Start by connecting the first frame to the second. Set the trigger to on drag. The animation type to Smart Animate. Choose Custom Bezier for the easing. Set the custom Bezier like this, or you can use this value. Set the duration to 1400 milliseconds. Repeat this process to connect each frame to the next with the same settings. Now for the reverse interaction, connect the last frame back to the previous one. This time, change the animation type to Move In. Set the direction to down. Keep all other settings the same. Repeat this for the rest of the reverse connections. Also, don't forget to enable Animate Matching Layers for every link. I almost missed it here. Alright, all frames are now connected. Let's test it out. Perfect. Everything's working smoothly, and that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more tutorials like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.